Hello. It's Dr. Sandra, and I am doing a pop-up teaching this afternoon. Let me give you a few minutes to come on in. Hello. It's Dr. And I am checking to make sure I'm going live in the right place. I want to be live inside of my Vision Building Women group. And so while you are coming on in, let me make sure I'm live in the right place. So I hope you all have had a fantastic, glorious day. I tell you what, I have been up this morning since. There we go. Here we are. I have been up this morning since 8 o'clock. Actually, excuse me, not since 8 o'clock. I've been up this morning since 5 o'clock. All right. I've been up this morning since 5 o'clock. What's wrong with my phone there? Let me get out of that Facebook and let me go back in it. Hold on just a second there. So I've been up this morning since 5 o'clock. I've been working. I started working around 5 a.m. this morning, 5:30, somewhere around there. And then I actually had a class with the Teach Academy at 8 o'clock. We have class at 8 o'clock. There we are. We have class at 8 o'clock. And so taught that. And then I did my hour walk for those of you that know that I do that. And now, and I'll tell you something else I've done that you're going to hear a little bit about is the actual watching across the street as my neighbor tore down this huge tree. And so if you're in this group, you'll hear some of the revelation that God gave me around that. But right now, I wanted to do this pop-up training. And I call this a pop-up training because I'm not going to be on here very long. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about what I am going to be giving you this afternoon, but I wanted you to be able to have this information because it is so important. You know, we are getting ready on the 21st of August, myself and one of my super friends, Alicia Brooks, we are doing a workshop that's entitled, personal branding and what happens to personal branding in AI. Okay. Now, why did we do this? Well, one of the things that I have seen is that as a coach, a mentor, a teacher, a trainer, Bible teacher, like I said, all the things that I do, right? So being in that realm, one of the things that I've seen is that coaches, women in ministry, women that have a job and a very good job, but want to do something else, authors, people who have or are creating content. What I've seen is that so many of you have great content. You have great ministries. You are working towards different things in your life, in your ministry, your career, your business, but you don't have a personal brand. And you don't walk out that personal brand. Now, I will tell you, it's not something that I had all the time. It's something that I had to learn that I needed. Okay. And so you might ask, well, Dr. Sandra, what are you talking about? Well, I have worked for many companies. I worked for several companies, and in working for those companies, I developed a lot of skills and competencies, experiences, the kinds of things that have done well for me or made me do well as a part of my ongoing and my career that I have now. When I retired from community colleges, I was able to start right into coaching, mentoring, developing programs, things I learned how to do at NC State in my doctorate degree, right? So into developing programs, that sort of thing. And so, but what I realized is that my programs were good. The content that I was developing was great. Women were buying the content, but I didn't have a personal brand. People didn't know about Dr. Sandra. People didn't know my skills, my competencies, what I brought to the table. And so trying to develop that and trying to live that out has been wonderful over the past couple of years. So now I have my own personal brand. You know that if I walk into a room or if I'm presenting something, it has to do more than likely with pushing you to your next level, giving you information or teaching you information about vision, about resilience, about leadership, about ministry development, personal development, right? Or leadership development. I'm always talking about those things regardless of where I am. And I live those things, right? I live those things working out. You know, in my personal life, some of you have seen me kind of walk through some changes in my personal life. That was a part of Dr. Sandra's brand, really bringing out some of the components of me that you may have didn't know about. Also in my leadership life, I'm a member of corporate boards. I'm a trustee at a community college. I'm on several other boards that's at that level of leadership. Before I retired and was able to get on those kinds of boards, I was, actually the senior vice president for all 58 community colleges. So I tell you this because what I had to learn was that I was working. I had amassed lots of skills, but what I didn't have was a personal brand. And many people, sometimes you ask, well, why is a personal brand important? A personal brand is important because you need to know, you and others need to know your set of skills, your strengths, your education, your experiences, your personality traits that come along with you and whatever product that you are selling. Okay, now, and see, this is really important because, when you think about developing your products and you think about what it is that you may or may not be selling, whether it's coaching, whether it's a mentorship program, a coaching program, something in ministry, people need to know you. They need to know who you are. And one of the things that, my mama used to tell me all the time, Sandra, if somebody sees you, they should know who you are. Whether they see you in the grocery store, whether they see you in Belk's. Of course, Belk was one of our favorite stores back in Rockingham. Regardless of where they see you, they should know who Sandra Wall Williams is. So my question when it comes to personal branding, do people know who you are? Do people know your strengths? If they purchase your program, do they know your strengths, your skills, your anointing, your personality traits, your background? Do they know the types of things that are coming with you when you deliver a program? So there's a difference between your personal brand, who is and that is what you bring to who you are and what you bring to the table, versus your product brand, meaning the books you write, the courses you develop, all those sorts of things. Because see, you bring your personal brand to whatever product that you are bringing forth. So if you have a ministry, you're bringing your personal brand to that ministry. If you have a business, your personal brand is coming with you to that business. If you are inside of a career, meaning you're working for somebody else, then your personal brand is coming with you to that. And I'm going to do a whole separate training, a pop-up training on developing your personal brand while you're working for someone else. That's what I didn't do. So we'll talk about that as well. But today, I really want to focus on your personal brand and why you need one. So now hopefully you have an understanding of what is a personal brand and the differences between a personal brand and a branding for a product. Okay, let me give you another example. Joyce Myers is one of my favorite Bible teachers, right? And Joyce Myers has books and products and CDs and TV shows. She promotes those as products. Those are products, and those products have their own branding. However, Joyce Meyer as a brand, whenever you see Joyce Meyer, even if you don't know what she's getting ready to do, she's going to talk about the Bible, right? She's going to talk about her past experiences because all that is becoming part of her brand. She's going to talk about some of the things that happened to her growing up and some of the experiences that she had getting from where she was as a Bible teacher, having 6 or 7 women in her living room, now to teaching millions across the world. That. Why? Because that's part of her brand. So when someone sees you come along without your product, what do they say about you? What experiences do they already know about you? What beliefs about you do they already have? What set of skills, what set of strengths, what anointing do they know already about you? And because remember, whether you realize it or not, people don't necessarily buy products. People buy the transformation that goes along with the product, or the transformation that product's going to bring. And that transformation comes through what you bring to the table. So even when you have a product, and it could be a course, it could be a ministry, it could be a business, it could be your own career, whatever you're bringing to the table, okay, whatever product you're bringing to the table, you want to bring with it your personal brand. And I have discovered and found out through years of teaching and coaching and mentoring, and even in my own experiences, that most of us work hard on branding what we do, but we don't work hard on branding who we are and what we show up with. Oh, that's good. We don't work hard on branding who we are and what we show up with. Okay, so really quickly, I want to give you 7 reasons why you need a personal brand. Not going to talk about these. I'm going to go through them. And then what I want you to do, and we'll see some other things in some other pop-up trainings. We'll talk about these maybe later on in the week. So why do you need a personal brand? Number 1, you want to increase your visibility. Number 2, you want to stay top of mind. When people think of a certain topic, you want them to think of you, because that's part of your brand. I know I said I wasn't going to explain it, but y'all know I'm a teacher, so it's hard for me not to explain stuff, right? So number 1, increase your visibility. Number 2, stay top of mind. Number 3, to increase your authority. The more that you are bring your brand to the forefront, your strengths, your abilities, your skills, the more you become an authority in that area. The next one is to grow. Number 4, to grow your audience. Your audience is going to be drawn to you because they are drawn to the personal brand that is you. All right. The next one, to increase your relevance. Now, being visible and being relevant are 2 different things. You can be out there a whole lot, but if you're not bringing anything to the table, if you're not bringing any content that is, if you're not bringing, sorry, somebody was calling me there, I had to hang up on them. If you're not bringing any content that is relevant to the table, then you're not really bringing anything. You have to, a personal brand helps you to increase your relevance. Number 6, to build relationships and attract opportunities. I will tell you that the personal brand that I have, which is a leader who has a biblical foundation, that has opened up more relationships and attracted so much opportunity to me in terms of speaking, coaching, different clients, all sorts of different things. And then number 7, to build your influence. And when you build your influence, what that does is it helps people determine whether or not they're going to work with you or buy from you. Okay. So what I wanted to do today, like I said, I wanted to give you a definition of personal branding and why you need a personal brand. I gave you the difference in your personal brand and a product brand. And then I gave you 7 reasons why you need a personal brand. And let me give you a secret. If you are a Black woman and you don't have a personal brand and you wonder why what you're doing is not selling, or you're not doing well in what it is you're doing, then there's a reason why. Because you don't have a personal brand. People don't know who you are. People need to know you and who you are before they'll purchase anything from you. Okay, so you want to make sure of that. So then I gave you the 7 reasons why you need a personal brand. If you're just coming on, then please, by all means, go back and listen to the replay on this particular thing. Now, I'm doing this pop-up training, number 1, to give you that information. But number 2, I want you to know that on August 21st, 7:00 p.m., me and one of my super friends, we are doing a session on personal branding in the age of artificial intelligence. Now, why did we just not do this on just personal branding? Let me tell you why. Because so many people are using AI, artificial intelligence. Mostly people are using ChatGPT. Nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing. So many people are using it, yet it's not connecting people with who they are and their brand. Okay. It's not connecting people with who they are and their brand. So we're going to, I'm actually the facilitator and the host. Alicia's going to do the teaching. She is a chief brand specialist and she is phenomenal at this. And she is going to bring to you why, even in this age of AI, when you can get AI to write it for you, how you actually use that and make it part of your personal brand such that it speaks about you and not about somebody else. Or not if you read it, you still wonder, who is that person talking about? Or who is that talking about? Okay, so in this realm of artificial intelligence and ChatGPT, you still need your personal brand. Someone else can write it for you. But here's the thing, you got to live it out. You're the one who has to live out this personal brand and what is, centering this back here, live out that personal brand and what is happening with that brand. Who are you? You've got to do all of that. ChatGPT can't do that for you, but you need to understand how artificial intelligence and ChatGPT is impacting all that. So I would love to see you on next Monday. It is registration only. There is a small investment fee. Why? Because we only want to work with women that are serious. Because if you're not serious about it, you're not going to do anything about it, then this is not the place for you. Now, the first 50 women that sign up are going to get it at the investment that there is now, which is about 90% off of what the usual investment is. So it's about 90% off right now. So I would tell you, go over there. And you go to shifttoyournextlevel.com. Shifttoyournextlevel.com. Let me make sure I said that correctly. Or shift to next level. I'm sorry, I got the wrong one. Shift to next level, not shift to your. Shifttonextlevel.com. Shifttonextlevel.com. Go over there, read about it, sign up. If you're the first 50 women who sign up, and we've already got people signing up, pay the registration, they're ready to go. All right. If you're in the first 50 women who sign up, then number one, you get the replay. Number two, well, you get, if you sign up and pay the registration fee, you get the replay. You get the branding. Well, we have a branding workbook that goes along with that. And you know what? And I am announcing this here. This is not even on the site. I'm announcing this here. For the first 50 women that show up, I am going to do a post. I will be doing a post branding type of workshop with you all, looking at your personal brand. Okay, it's going to be a group session, but I know how to do it. So I know how to make it work right? So looking at your personal brand. Okay, so if you want to be a part of that and you want to get it at 90% off, the workshop, the replay, the personal branding workbook, and then the course I'm going to do afterwards. Well, it's actually not a course. It's more coaching and mentorship than it is a course. Okay, then go to shifttonextlevel.com, sign up, and be among the first 50 women so that you can get it 90% off. Let me tell you, the algorithm for registration is already set that once number 50 hits, it goes up that other 90%. So I would tell you to go ahead and go over there and get in there as soon as you can, register as soon as you can. So again, I hope you enjoyed this pop-up training. We'll be doing more of these. You'll be seeing me do more of these, okay? I really like pop-up trainings, okay? But today we were focused on your personal brand, why you need it, okay, what it is, how it was different than your product, and then 7 reasons as to why you need it. And then I invited you to come to our workshop, which is virtual, and it will be April 21st, Monday, April 21st, 7:00 p.m. via Zoom. The first 50 people who register actually get it at 90% off. After that, it goes up to the regular price. So I hope y'all have a wonderful, wonderful day, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.